Hey folks, welcome back to Trusty Numbar Gaming for another episode of The Last Caretaker. It's been over 100 days since we've played The Last Caretaker, and Rockstar Games dropped an update for GTA 5, so I'm waiting for everything to update so we can access it and play again on the LSPDFR. So I jumped back into this. This is where I left the game off, was here at I call it the shark pens. And basically your job is to go out and collect the sharks. You can see the quest up there in the top. We have to have one of the talons with the laser on their head, and I have that right there at the back of the boat. And then these are the 3 ship sharks. I went ahead and did the one you see highlighted there. Those are the fast ones, just to test it out to see if this is going to work. So when I left this, I was having trouble figuring this out. I tried dragging the sharks in, I couldn't get it to work. Found out there's some bugs, and you have to kind of work through the bugs. And so we're going to drop this laser shark off. It's the one with the laser on its head, and it definitely does some damage. The first battle I had with the first one, it killed me. So essentially you have to drive the boat in. Don't hook the shark to the mooring lines. That's one of the glitches. Just like we were having problems with the sharks. And we're hitting the side here, which is not good. Let's see if we can kick the back end over. So if you... Right now I'm just using the electric motor, and full out with 4 sharks it is only doing about 10 kilometers an hour. So make sure we kept all 4 of them on. And so one of the glitches is if you use the mooring lines, just like with the other mooring line problems they've had in the past, it's the same with the sharks. So you want to be careful with that. So we're not going to use the mooring lines. First thing I'm going to do is shut the gate, just in case some waves come in. Shut the gate, undo them. I'll open that other gate, and we'll go out that way and go around and drop these other ones off on pin 1. And that will complete this fiasco. So even when I got the 2 there completed, it still wouldn't let me in through the door. So I had to get online and look for some problem solving tips to try to get into the door. Alright, so we are in Bay 3. You can see there on the top right, you need to deliver 1 of the Talon sharks with the dorsal module on it to Bay 3, and then you can access the door. And it is this back one here. You can see the plate pops up and a laser pops out. Easiest way to release them is just to grab the cable, and then you just let them free float in here. Don't hook them to the moorings. You just have to be careful when you leave that you don't drag them with you out the door. There are now 3 different classes of shark in the game, and they can all appear in the same location at one time. The two fastest ones there that we completed, they travel in a pack, and they are super fast. So the chance of you getting away from them is pretty slim. I thought we closed that. What the hell is going on? See, he's floating out there, so we want to get on the boat and get out. Oh, great. Before he floats out. And of course, these two are going to get caught on that concrete. Probably wasn't the best idea to do all four at one time. Especially trying to get through these gates. I'm essentially trying to back up to that ladder so I can get up and close that door. See if that's good enough. I need to remember to go back in here. There's a robot down there that I apparently missed. I think that's him over there. Yeah, that's him. It's better judgment. I'm going to go ahead and open that door, just so I don't have to jump out and do it again. Hopefully it doesn't bite me in the butt. One of the things it says you have to do is to, once you get them in the pen, make sure your ship's not in there, and make sure there's not a lot of other stuff floating around in there. And then you have to exit the game to save your game, and then exit to desktop, and then come back into the game. Has helped a few people. Don't connect to the mooring lines that are on the side of the wall. That is Bay 1. Also, you don't, whether you have one shark or you have 4, is don't travel too fast on your way over here, because they will come off. Like I say, with 4 of them on there, and just the electric motor, I was only doing 10 km. They've now added these blue buoys in, and they have batteries and those little batteries, disposable cylinders that we got when we first started. So we're just kind of taking it good and slow. A little more difficult with the waves to make sure you don't hit the wall. Like that right there. So with these, we have to have 4 of these. 2 of the new fast ones and 1 with the laser. And my goal was to stay within the area. I didn't want to go real far away, especially as slow as I had to go. But I did have to go out a little ways, about 2 kilometers. Kilometer and a half, something like that. Alright, same thing. We're going to go shut the door. We'll unhook them. I also like to shut the door just in case there are other sharks. I have had the sharks come up in here and hit the boat, and I'd hate to fall in the water and be stuck in this pen with a live shark. Alright. What I'll do before I do anything else, we're going to go and top off our electricity. So after I got each shark, I saved, and then when I got all 4, I saved again. Then save when you get over here. You get the idea. Save, save, save. I don't know why I thought there was a ladder right there. Chances of me making it to that ladder are slim, but like I say, the sharks are dead, but it wouldn't surprise me to have something else hiding down in there. I know the leeches like to get in there when the door's open. And so if while you were doing this, something were to swim in there, another shark, you wouldn't be able to reach the achievement because it would be too many. So you'd actually have to kill it, drag it out. So it can be somewhat of a pain. There's a ladder right here. We can also bring the ship right up that little walkway right up to the front. Alright. A little more difficult at night. And we're a little further away than I would like to be, especially in the dark. There are a lot of sharks that hang around this omega-3 or whatever they call it. Yeah, Omega Nursery. Shut that down. Alright, so now we have 4 of the ship sharks in Bay 1. We have 2 of the Talon sharks in Bay 2, and we have 1 of the Talons with the dorsal laser in Bay 3. So now that that's complete, we're going to save again, log all the way out to desktop, and then reload the game and see if that solves our problem. If not, then we have to go back to doing it a different route. Alright folks, we're back. As you can see on the quest, it has not given us the credit for those sharks, so we'll have to look at something else. No, I know I didn't leave all these robots in here. Being we hadn't played in so long, I need to go up there and check that and make sure it is, if it needs repairs. Because I'm sure it does. So the towers are on the opposite sides closest to the next pin. Just make sure when you're running across here it's closed and you stay on the path. As you can see, it's still not allowing us entry. Okay, that was 2. We've already done 2. We need to go over here to 3. Okay, now this one's gonna let us in. So that's kind of unusual. One did not. Same stuff that was in those other facilities. And then we'll go up here. And we got some crayons and some plans. I'll go ahead and suck all that up. Trying to make sure there's no like little hidden compartments or anything buried underneath or alright, so that was 3. You can see how them leeches have made it in. Use the light and kill them. They're gonna die here pretty soon when the sun comes up. Shit, I went the wrong way. Now nothing went into 4 on the quest. It didn't say to put anything in 4, so I'm guessing that's a future update. Yeah, see, it's completely red and it's blurred out. You can't even see into it. Yeah, that's them. Alright, so the way I had to get into level 2 there, I had to look it up online. It's not illegal. It's not unethical. It is put into the game by the manufacturer, but oh, that's why. That's a laser shark. Oh, I see what I did now. I was wondering why the fins weren't shining on that one over there. That's not the right shark. Well, that would definitely make sense why the damn stuff's not working. So we have to get that shark out and go get another ship shark. Alright, so we are inside. Open the door. Alright, that's it. So we have completed at least this portion of it. I want to check in the tunnels. Okay, so I came over here to section 4 and came down in here. You can see the tunnels don't connect and there is a door here. So let's open it up and see. Obviously, we got attacked when we opened the other doors, so let's keep kind of our head on a swivel.
This is a Jonah control chamber. The system is waiting for a living human authorization signal.
Well, apparently at least one of the doors is supposed to open, which somebody missed.
Caretaker, the socket is biological. It was not made for me. It was made for a human body. Moses wanted the call to come from humanity, even if a machine prepared everything else.
So grow a human and bring the human over here and put it in there? That's kind of what I'm gathering. But I've been wrong before. So, do you have to have the human in here for that to open? I mean, we've got power down here. I'm glad I added that extra power. Guess I ought to see if I need any of this stuff or I scrap it all. We got plenty of supplies. I don't think it does, but can't imagine it on a chair. So the door we opened is not the one I saw behind the gate, so there's surely a way we got to be able to get to it as well. Because why would they allow it to turn green if we weren't supposed to get to it? That doesn't make any sense. I'm going to leave all the stuff here because we'll be back. And that stuff will keep charging the batteries. They're probably full, yeah. And that way when we come back, we'll already have our stuff set up ready to go. But anyway, again, we appreciate you watching. Thanks to all those that are liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing. We greatly appreciate you. And we'll catch you on the next one. Take care.